What's up, y'all? It is your girl Trap, and I'm here to let you guys know a bit more about me, okay? Y'all know I just started my channel. I'm like at about 63 subscribers right now. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate all of you who have already subscribed to my channel. Guys, if you're new here and you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so y'all can get to know me. I just want y'all to see the water as the sun is setting. It's like 5 o'clock in New York right now. I'm just sitting by the water. So today, you guys can see it's talking about me going through or being abandoned by my family. I'm not even gonna talk about this in a negative light because I'm not a victim. I want everyone to understand when I talk about my life, good, bad, I want everyone to understand, never look at me as a victim. Look at me as someone who's come out and made it out and will continue to come out and will continue to make it out. I just feel the urgency to share my story because I know that there are people out there, going through something right now and they just really having a hard time. And if this is you, just know that I love you and that I'm here for you, and just know that we could get through this no matter what. I was born Trap, Tamara Trap, and I just remember us moving around a lot. My mother moved us from Los Angeles, California to New York. Yeah, so we moved around a lot, and I remember, even though we did move around a lot, my parents doing their very best to give us a very, very great life. They just did their best. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit here and shit on nobody. I'm not going to do that at all. But we moved around a lot. And then there was a last location that we had moved to in Long Island. I actually went to Copiague High School. My mom and my step-pops was having some issues in their marriage. I'm not going to go too in-depth with that, but it caused a lot of strain on my mother's children. She had it's 5 of us. Fast forward to the abandonment. My mother and father was having some issues in their marriage, and I just remembered I used to work at Wendy's as a teenager. I started working at Wendy's when I was 16 years old because I remembered I just wanted to be fly. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to look good. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I picked myself up. I just remember one day it was a lot of stuff going on. All my siblings was doing their own thing. And I remember I would go home and I just would feel so weird going home. I literally didn't even want to walk inside my house if nobody was there because I just felt so hurt, scared, confused. I was probably like 17 at this time. You know what I'm saying? A young 17-year-old girl, 16, 17, just confused, what's going on here? And I remember one time I overheard my parents arguing, and, I heard my stepdad telling my mom that he was going to move and he's going to leave, and it's either you come with me or whatever, you stay here with your kids. I could understand because my mom, they hurt each other a lot. I'm not even going to pick sides, but they hurt each other a lot. And, out of the blue, I went home. My parents was gone. They moved the fuck out. They left, they left me, my 2 brothers, and my twin sister. I have a little sister that I love so much, and they end up taking her. I believe they took her because that's my step-pop's, biological daughter. He's a good father to want to take his blood. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. But they end up leaving, guys, and that affected me so much because I was just wait, they didn't teach us how to live. How am I going to live in an abandoned house, in a house that was up for foreclosure? The house was up for foreclosure, and I was working at Wendy's making $7.45 an hour, and I really didn't even know where the hell my next food was gonna come from. And so in that time, my mom, she would come back to the house occasionally or whatever the case may be. When she'd come back to the house, she would cause hell. She would literally cause hell, try to make all the siblings beef and fight. Even we wasn't going, she didn't put us through hell already by just upping and leaving. You understand? And, I remember I had a friend in that time who was working at Wendy's with me. She was mad cool. I loved her very much. She was really a great friend of mine. And, she was having hard times in that time as well. And she came to us humbly and was like, can me and my mom and my boyfriend stay with you guys because I'm having a hard time, and whatever the case may be. And her family was really having a hard time. I'm not even going to speak on them because that's not my place. I'm just speaking on me. So, and the kindness in my heart at 18 years old that just got abandoned by my mom and my step-pops was you know what? come on, you can come live with us. My mom's not, mom's not even paying any mortgage. Like, it was a mess. Like, and guys, around this time, it was Hurricane Sandy, okay? If y'all remember Hurricane Sandy, how Hurricane Sandy did people dirty, people homes dirty, guys. My roof, the house that we was living in, my mother left us in conditions. The roof was like literally caving in. The roof was rotten. Like, I would walk past a rotten roof that was just falling in. You understand what I'm saying? All the time. Like, this is what I was surrounded by, and nobody knew what the hell me and my siblings was going through unless they were actually there, unless they were friends. No one knew. You understand what I'm saying? So I ended up allowing my friend to live with me. Helped her. I was like, you know what? Y'all don't gotta pay rent because the house is foreclosed anyway. So let's just put our money together. We're making $745, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep our lights on until we figure out the next best move. And so my mother ended up getting involved with that. She ended up telling me, oh, nobody, she's from Belize, so excuse my accent. Nobody live for free, da-da-da-da, this and the third. And I'm 18 years old, and I'm just thinking to myself, wait, but y'all not even living here. Y'all not paying y'all mortgage. What do you mean nobody lives for free? She actually started, she's like, nobody gonna live. And as a young adult that really didn't know my way, that didn't know much in that time of my life, because like all I knew was high school, and then my people just left. Literally as I finished high school, like they left. And I'm just like, all I knew, it just wasn't right. It wasn't right. But she was like, no, nobody live for free. I don't want nobody in this house. My mother started raising all kinds. I don't want nobody living in this house for no da da da. And I'm like, I'm literally arguing for my friends. Like, Ma, like, they don't gotta pay rent. Let's just keep the lights on. No, nobody da da da. They're gonna pay $300 a month. That's it. Da 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 da. I'm just like, whatever. There's nothing I could do, because in my head, this is my mom's house. You know what I'm saying? And so I just remember my mom started collecting rent from them. Then there was a situation that happened. I can't even remember, but I just remember my mom coming to the house again, telling my friends, me, guys, out of everybody, the one with the best heart that was just like, okay, let's make this happen. Let's let my friends live here. Let's help them. Let's help each other get out of this. My mom tells my friends that I steal their money. I take their rent money and spend it all on myself and all this extra stuff and all this. Like, my mom literally lied to my friends, guys. And I'll never forget that. And I recently just opened up to my mother about what she did to me. My mother is a real life narcissist. I'm not even trying to comfort her. I actually feel bad for her, because to live that way and still be that way this many years later, it's like, oh my God, like, you need help. Like, you need help. I did all the healing work that I needed to do. So that's why I can see it from this lens. At first, I was angry with my mother. Like, what? But then I actually started to grow and learn how to have compassion. The sun's going down. It's going down. I learned how to have compassion for my mother's situation, because her childhood as well, my mom didn't have a stable mother in her life. So how the hell, to me, that's not even an excuse. You understand what I'm saying? Because I have a child of my own. I will never do what she's done to me, to my child. I will never do that. But once again, I forgive and I move on. But 18-year-old me, yes, I just remember seeing a lot of, things that I should have never saw in that time. Like, I saw a lot of things when my mother left us. My mom and my step-pops left us in the house. It was dark. The basement would flood a lot, guys. Like, we lived in a fucking mess. Like, there was like a laundry machine. So I guess I don't know if it was like plumbing. I don't know what it was, but every time you flush the toilet, the water would just leak, like, in the basement. That's where we all lived. All the 4 siblings lived down in the basement. Me, my 2 brothers, and my twin sister, we all was down in the basement. When they left, we was all over the house. We all try to get comfortable in different parts of the house. I've seen all kinds of fucking shit. And at this time, guys, I'm going to church. I'm like, God, what's happening in my life? Like, what is going on, God? I'm seeking God like no other in this time. Going to church at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember there was like this woman, she was such a great woman. God brought her into my life, and I'm so thankful for her in that time, where she would just continue to speak life. You know what I'm saying? And she was just a great person. I'm not religious either, guys, but this is what I was doing in that time. I was looking for my faith that makes me feel like I belong or I fit. So, I would go to a Christian church, and like I said, I'll be going to church and praying to God, trying to figure out what's happening in my life, what's going on, why what? I had no clue about what was going on. I just knew it wasn't right, and I just knew I was just seeking God the whole way. Y'all, I seen a lot of shit. And so I recently, I ended up taking myself to counseling, and I found out that I do suffer from PTSD because of this situation. Fast forward, my mom ends up getting deported. All this stuff happens. My family gets split up. And, that's when my healing had to begin as far as my abandonment issues go. Recently, like I said, I spoke to my mother, and recently, like the year 2022, like in the end of December, and I told her, I opened up to her about, because I forgave her. In the end of the day, guys, I forgave my mother, and I actually did my best to work on our relationship, move forward in our relationship. But guys, some people, when you've done the self-work, the self-help, when you've done your best to be positive all the time, like I'm literally in my own cocoon, and when I go around you, you're still negative, it's my cue to go. I just remember, I'm talking to my mom about what happened, and she literally looks me in my face and told me that I'm lying because of the abuse, the trauma, the neglect that she put us all through, and not saying sorry is the reason why I decided, you know what? Even though I have grown a lot to allow myself to sit in that space, I've also grown even more to allow myself to no longer sit in that space where I'm constantly being manipulated, where I'm constantly being lied to, where I'm constantly being just not in an environment that's for me. Once again, guys, I have compassion for her. I actually feel sorry for her. Just hope before she dies and she leaves this earth, she finds the love within herself that she needs to find so that she could love all her children correctly. Period. You know what I'm saying? And that's just really it. Guys, the point of this story is just for me to really let you guys know, even after all of that, I still came out. I did end up going through other things, but I end up coming out stronger. I took myself from being a victim, from being angry, from being just having hatred fill in my heart, to just taking myself to being more at peace, to just knowing that, I have to learn how to forgive people who has never said sorry about certain things. I have to learn how to forgive people who just will never accept that they've hurt me, especially my parent. So understand, if you have parents that are narcissists, if you have parents that are toxic, and sometimes they just don't know better, guys. Sometimes we don't know better, and we literally have to learn. God humbles us. God allows us to learn. They just don't know better, guys. I just want you to understand. Remove yourself. Don't mingle in it, guys. I mingled in it, and every time that I mingled, my mom did her best trying to talk to me about positivity or whatever the case may be, but eventually her true colors revealed who she is still and who she must change still. So, I end up saying, in 2023, I'm cutting everybody off. My spiritual journey starts with me, where I start to protect myself. I let her know for the first time, Ma, you hurt me. My mother has treated me and my siblings. It's not just me. It's all the girls in our family. All the girls in our family, she treated us like we were frenemies. My mother treated us as if she don't want us to have anything good. Understand? But I had to realize that I deserve everything good. And I will not allow my narcissistic mother to take away what God has planted for me. It will never happen. And guys, understand, you too, if you are going through this, if you have went through this, understand that you can remove yourself, and that you can cut all ties, and that you can allow people to get to know you again. When people step to you again, they respect you. They will respect you. They will see how God has blessed you abundantly over and over again. We not care what nobody think in 2023. Like I said, guys, this is just me just letting you guys understand and let you guys know that, remove yourself. How did I make it this far in my life? At the age of 31, I've met amazing people who has helped me along my journey. Guys, sometimes your family is your biggest downfall. Sometimes your family could be your biggest downfall. But guess what? There's a tribe waiting for you in this world, guys. There's billions of people walking this world that will love you, treat you with the most respect than what your family has ever treated you with. Once again, guys, this video is not about hatred. It's not about any of that, guys. I just want you guys to know, if you have gone through abuse in your family, if you've gone through any abuse, there's an answer. And the answer is just to remove yourself and start healing, and to just accept that this is the cards, we've been dealt. But there is a solution in the cards that we've been dealt. We can come out on top. My abuse led me to do a lot of things that, I shouldn't have done. I'm going to keep it a buck. I was younger and I was confused and I was lost. And so now that I'm found and I have a voice, what I'm saying? And I understand the power of my voice, and I understand the power of my story, and I understand the power of life in itself. Understand that you could get through it too, if this is you. And guys, if this is not you, thank you so much for listening to my story. And once again, getting to know me and getting to know some of the trials, some of the trials that I have gone through as far as abandonment goes. And I appreciate my abandonment, because my abandonment has taught me who should be in my life. My abandonment has taught me the love that I need to love myself inside and out like no other. And my abandonment has taught me that I should never be a victim. I'm a warrior. And my abandonment has taught me God is. God is. And I appreciate my abandonment. And I love my abandonment. And I just appreciate everything about it, guys. I really do. And so let's just start appreciating the things that happen to us that's out of our control. Let's start embracing it. Let's start being thankful for it. And let's stop being angry and just be better people. Look how nice it is. Beautiful night. Yes, guys. So I'm grateful for my abandonment. My abandonment led me to buy my first home. My abandonment led me to have my child. My abandonment led me to meet, like I said, amazing people. And I'm grateful, guys. And once again, I just want to put my story out there, because once again, I believe that my story, I'm like, God, why the hell? Why? But now I'm understanding the power of testimony, speaking on your truth, your testimony. My testimony could literally save someone's life. Suicide attempts, suicidal thoughts, all those things. You're important. I want you to know that you're important. We're important. And we just going to keep moving. And I'm recording this today because simply I'm going to just leave this. This is going to be left. My mark is going to be left with this story. My mark is going to be left with this story. And this story is going to help a lot of people. And yeah, I'm going to upload it to YouTube because I have no shame. And guys, we're powerful. And this is, y'all know, a lot of y'all that's been following me already know I'm on my spiritual journey. And the year 2023 is just telling me to release. God is just saying, release, trap, tell your story. I need you to tell your story. I need you to help people, trap. Stop staying quiet, trap. It's hurting you just to stay quiet, trap. Speak, trap. So that's just what I'm doing here today, guys. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. If y'all got any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. You know what I'm saying? God will respond to them as quick as I can. Yeah, guys. Y'all stay blessed. God loves you. I love you. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.